Good morning and welcome to Galactic Soul Healing. My name is Sonia, and today we have some messages from the Pleiadians as I was doing a meditation in nature yesterday. And we're going to use 3 decks. So the first one I can show you is the Foxfire Kitsune Oracle, which is a new one, which I really love the images in here. And then we're going to have also the Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. Just another lovely deck. And Loving Words from Jesus as well. Just because meditation last night, it's kind of a combination of, this reading's to be a combination of Yeshua and Pleiadians. So Yeshua kind of came through in the meditation last night a little bit as well. So the theme, actually, let's just, while I'm shuffling, I'll chat to you about the theme for today. So the theme for today is on this idea of strength and gentleness. So we're being asked to, humanity is, well, Pleiadians are actually encouraging us to just kind of notice where or how we're being called to use our strength, and how we are being called to also be soft or be gentle with ourselves or with others or in our lives in general. Prior to this idea coming through, there was also this concept of dysfunctional power. So many of us have, we have a negative relationship with power, okay, which can be largely due to the fact that, or the possibility of, either in this life or past lives, that we have either been overpowered, in other words, poorly treated or overpowered, or we ourselves have been the ones that have been having power over others and poorly treating them. So as you can sort of tell, that's sort of two extremes, isn't it? And I mean, more often than not, that's kind of happened in human history as well. So these two ideas are linked because as we let go of this dysfunctional idea of power, we're needing to move into a proper balance of strength and softness, because most people associate power with strength. Okay, this is how these are the two things that our brains are kind of linked together. But the Pleiadians have told me that true power actually comes when the balance of strength and gentleness are both present, which, when you think about it, is the typically masculine and feminine aspects are in balance. If masculine is the strength aspect, and the feminine is the softness or the yielding aspect. And these concepts are going to be kind of reshuffling and reorganising in our minds. And prior to the dysfunctional power idea coming through in meditation, that came about because I was doing some solar plexus chakra work, which is quite interesting, because, as you know, the solar plexus has to do with our power centre, our sense of strength, our willpower, and all that sort of thing. So we're going to see what messages come up here in the cards with regard to perhaps our relationship with power, and how we can bring softness and strength simultaneously into our lives a little more. So let's do a meditation now. Just before we cut the cards, quick prayer, sorry. So just calling upon the archangels, ascended masters, all the beautiful benevolent light beings, any Lemurian and Atlantean guides, also the dragon beings, as well as our animal and elemental spirit guides, any ancestral guides that are helping us, and also our higher selves. Because as you know, our higher selves also are guiding us, our own soul aspect is going to come more and more to the fore. And we'd just like to give thanks for these higher frequencies coming through and integrating with us at this time, so that we can shift our own frequency, move it up, and therefore be more in alignment with the ascension of Gaia, and to feel more at home, more at peace, more centered and aligned. And we thank you for this reading in advance, and we look forward to the messages that come through for us. Thank you. So let's cut the decks, and once again, if something I say doesn't resonate, please don't take it on. If it does resonate, that's fine. And also just know that when these images come up, they may spark certain ideas or thoughts and feelings or impressions for you, which may be different to the meanings and the that I ascribe to the images, and that is absolutely fine. I suggest maybe you like to do some journaling if some of the messages seem quite pertinent to you, or they really strike a resonant chord for you. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, and in a minute we will hold up the cards and have a look. So let's just put these to the side. But yeah, I've been really noticing. I was out in nature yesterday, and the frequencies were really nice. Beautiful frequencies coming down to us at this time. Okay, so all right, let's just turn the camera up a little. We'll turn this around, and yeah, I have in the background here this tiger image with these soft. This was a painting I did a long time ago, which is kind of depicting air. So air, as you know, just looking at these qualities once again of softness and strength. Air is quite soft, isn't it? But it can be quite strong. Like if the wind picks up, it can be very strong, okay? And also we have the tiger, that in its quality in itself is quite soft, and they can be quite graceful, but they're also really strong, and they have, things that they do in a day, which obviously I guess that's sort of for survival, which we're trying to get out of survival mode, but we're needing to come in to alignment mode, okay? But there's just sort of some images, and you can think of other things as well. Yeah, so let's look at the cards. So the Kitsune deck, this is about the ancient in Japan. There's ancient shapeshifters, okay, and that were originally in Lemuria. So it's quite fascinating. I was reading the guidebook, and it says here the golden moment. Wow. So I'm just feeling really close with Pleiadians at the moment, and I think they're just sort of saying, every moment really is a golden moment. But that this thing about if we can find where we need to be strong for ourselves or within ourselves, and where we need to be more soft, or get those things in balance. Now I wrote something on meditation this morning, which I could probably just mention at this point. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to find it quick enough. Okay, so the ideas of strength and softness, they're encouraging us to apply these ideas to our own character, to our own sense of well-being, to our thoughts and feelings, our general approach to life, the events and relationships, and also to our dreams and aspirations. So we need to, it's the saying, we don't want to be too harsh on ourselves, but we don't want to be too lax either. Okay, it just has to be a gentle progression. So So golden moment, so that's nice. We'll see how these cards tie in as well. Pray always. Wow, isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful image of Yeshua. Pray always, and that's about being in gratitude and thanks and compassion. And pray is also, I'm going to pop in the word meditation there, because the Pleiadians are kind of saying praying always means be in meditation always, be in mindful appreciation of your connection to source, of your connection to your own higher self. Okay, if we can hold that more and more, we're going to be able to be, wow, super at peace. It's going to be awesome. And oh my God, was I just talking about shape shifting? This is the Angels and Ancestors deck. Transform and unveil your gifts. Shape shifter. Okay, so this little practice here of prayer and meditation is really going to help us to tap into these gifts. And when we do that, it's going to be a golden moment. And this is obviously like a woman that's transformed into the fox. So the point of transformation is going to be a golden moment for us. And if we can balance these, this idea of strength and softness. And can you see even the animals here? Like there's different, there's strength and softness there in that image too. That's the other thing too that came through in my meditation, was that we be encouraged to meditate on nature and animals, because they often have those qualities. And we often have those qualities already, but it might be that we need to start activating them in different areas of our life than where we have previously. Or we have another fox image, and foxes are really awesome, aren't they? Acceptance. Okay. Acceptance. So we need to accept these changes that are coming through and the shifts that we're making as well. Right, this is another beautiful image of Yeshua. With God, all things are possible. So with your connection to source and your connection to your own higher self, all things are possible. And when we say God, we can almost pretty much substitute in there higher frequencies. Okay, so when we step into higher frequencies, more things are possible. Okay, yeah, and you see how this image is very soft. Okay, but obviously there was a strength, Joshua had possessed a strength of conviction about that. Okay, about his ineffable connection to source, and he was basically teaching all us, like humanity, that we also have that connection to source. Okay. Wow, she-wolf. Okay. Unleash the wild within. Okay, now the word wild, what's coming through here is a subconscious, all those shadow aspects, all the things that we've repressed, the unusualness within us, that it's now probably time to really have a gentle appreciation of that aspect, and also to have a little bit of conviction and a little bit of determination without forcing too much, just sort of a bit quiet conviction really, to just say, I am going to just work on allowing these other, repressed aspects of myself to come forward, particularly if I have a really strong sense that it's going to help me to unveil my gifts here. See how we have the wolf? We have the wolf. Okay, this is interesting. And we also have the fox in the Kitsune deck. Okay, so there might be something in that for you. Yeah, wolves travel in packs, don't they? So that was the 3 here. So this was, yeah, possible. All things are possible. And really just trying to accept that vibration now that we're stepping into different times. And accept also that you have had hidden aspects that are going to come forward. Okay, it's not that you have to go do something entirely crazy. Okay, if you feel that it might be for your highest good, or for the highest good of all, then I guess that's okay. If you feel like you just want to have a holiday or break and you've got money saved and you want to go on a little trip, and that might, maybe you feel like that will loosen up things for you and help you shift you into a different vibe. If that's possible as well. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ways that these things can play out for us. Excuse my book here. Okay. Oh wow, this is gorgeous. To dance with joy. Okay, and she's surrounded by foxes here. Okay, so dancing, once again, can be very soft movements, but it can require a certain amount of physical strength. And Pleiadians are just saying to me that dance is going to be, particularly creative dance, is a really nice way for us to tap into our higher self, our spiritual, our mind-body connection, and really helping us to align and breathe, and just going with the flow, which is something else that we may not have done if we've been very regimented and disciplined in our lives and we haven't kind of just allowed our body to go with anything flowing. Okay, some dance can be a really great way to loosen that up. Also great for a lot of the chakra centers as well. Oops. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. So, please, everyone, it is like, if you pray to Yeshua and ask him, he will come and assist you. And he's also called Prince of Peace. Okay, how can I say this? I am not a member of a Christian church. Okay, but I do believe in that Jesus lived, obviously. He had a beautiful healing frequency. He taught a message of connection with Source and God, oneness. He was a great healer. So I very much believe in his vibration, and I know that from higher realms he's definitely helping us right now. So you can definitely ask, and he will help you. And I'm having chills there now. So, and once again, Jesus is also a really great way to help you to become soft, because he's very much about unconditional love. And, but also having that approach towards yourself as well. Okay. Loving yourself unconditionally is actually, in some ways, a bigger challenge than loving someone else unconditionally sometimes. Okay. So here we have, oh, this one's nice. Okay, it says, lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. So there's going to be rewards for us if we can cultivate strength and softness, and even being out in nature, having the self-discipline to pop yourself out there. Okay, that might be how you just demonstrate strength or become more strong. And the softness is just being receptive to the vibrations there. But this is beautiful because she's standing from an apple tree. She's picked an apple. So it's also about nourishment, receiving the nourishment. And it might be for you about starting a garden, getting the discipline, being a little organised to find out what you're going to grow, what's seasonally, what is time to plant now, and, that type of thing, looking into the seasons and what you can grow. And this is also very resonant Pleiadians, because they're very much into nature as well, beautiful connection. And, then it can become a joyful dance, gardening, in the garden of nature. And, yeah. So that is, we can get help with, perhaps if we're trying to break away from certain habits that we don't want to be a part of anymore, then, we can ask for help with that as well. And yeah, so I'm also just going to pick up one last card from each deck. So this one is on the, I sometimes like to do the reverse sides of the deck. So this one is the broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Okay. And this is what this balancing of strength and softness is going to help us to dispel that dysfunctional idea of power. Because when we step into peace of strength and calmness and gentleness, it actually helps us to step into our own power, because it's it's not just an outward expression of dominance. That's not really a true definition of power. And this is the reverse of the Kitsune deck. Fleeting beauty. Okay, so I'm not really sure how that ties in, but something might come up for you. Okay, so maybe it's just to say that, beauty can be fleeting, but the thing is, I would like to just pop in there that message coming through now is that beauty is inner. Okay, and part of our minds may perceive that it's fleeting, but it's actually not. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what the definition of that card is going to be in the guidebook when we may have a look in a minute. I keep skipping over my words today. Right, this little image is someone in the corner there. That's Jesus in the corner with a sheep having a drink, and it says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." Okay, so saying fear not, you can become one, raise your frequency, and you will be within, you will be in higher frequencies, and you will reap the benefits and the rewards of that. Okay, this card here we had, fear not, you'll be in the new regenerated earth, which will be awesome. So I'm just going to quickly read. This is my little Kitsune. Right, number 13. Let's go really quickly. Now, fleeting beauty. Okay, here we go. Sorry, now I'm on the cards. Right. Cherish the moments of beauty in your life. Okay, this was the golden moment too. This card beseeches you to look around you and to acknowledge the rare, I'm just going to hold this up, the rare beauty of life, the glory of the daylight, the sweetness of the everyday moments that are the gifts the universe gives to us all each day. There is a divine beauty that is fleeting and brief, but its very short life reminds you to seize every moment of loveliness every day, and to know that you are a part of the great cycles of the planet. So open up to the divinity, savor the moments, cherish them, and most of all, notice them, for so many people are blind to all the blessings the planet has offered them. Make time for experiences in your life and grow the appreciation you have within your life. Okay, so it's also saying it is not as simple as saying being grateful or be grateful. We must first notice the beauty around us, see the beauty that is within us too, and to cherish it, no matter how brief and bright the gift burns. Find the pleasure in things that are temporary, and do not lament their passing so hard that you are robbed of the joy of their presence. Find something in your life that is brief, that is temporary, that will not endure as other things do, and savour it, for it is a rare and precious beauty for its rarity. Glory in the pleasures of this moment, those that lie within you, those that dwell outside of you, and know that all will return again and be rediscovered within memory and the sanctity of reverent experience. I think on that note, we might end that reading. Thank you, Pleiadians and Spirit, for all those messages. I hope that's been a little helpful for the idea of balancing our masculine and feminine, our strength and softness. Okay. And I mean, I'm using those terms very loosely. So strength might be that you're very self-disciplined or you're very task-oriented, and softness may refer to things like being able to just allow yourself to relax properly, do some self-care, take a gentle bath. It might even be how you approach your relationships. So something that's typically strong might be that, perhaps you're a little forceful in your delivery. You're always kind of quite pedantic about things. And a soft approach might be that you do a little more listening in conversations, you take others' views into consideration before you respond, or maybe your responses are a little more tempered or a bit more mature or not as reactive. Okay. How else can we describe? I mean, you could think up your own. There are many different ways that we can think of ourselves, our relationships, and our lives in terms of strength, or strength and softness. Okay. So it's really, the Pleiadians are really asking us to think of, at the moment, in what ways or how are we being called to be stronger within, and in what ways or how are we being called to be more gentle within, or more soft within. And obviously, as we know, so within, so without, so above, as beloved, so as below. So it's like, it's going to be this mirroring. So if we can start to get that balance inwardly, it's going to automatically happen out around us as well. Okay, so thank you for listening, and I hope that was helpful. I look forward to the next reading, and I will catch up with you soon. Bye.